Hey everyone, this is Caroline. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who are new, today on Wednesday we do a healing session. It's a mini session because it's pretty quick. By the way, I don't have a guest in my feed here, so whoever is going to volunteer today, show up so I can include you in this webcast. So what we do is normally I've had a different topic every week, or anyway, for the last few weeks, we have been working on depression, sadness, isolation, because a lot of people struggle and go through that. But today I thought I would just do an open session, meaning any topic. For those who, again, are just joining for the first time, you can go back to my previous videos and see the first ones were on anxiety, and the last few ones were on depression, sadness, isolation. So, do we have a guest today? I don't see anyone quite yet. If anybody would like to volunteer, let us know. This is the right time to let us know. Michael is with us remotely. As you know, we've been focusing on launching the film. Poster right behind me, Superhuman, the invisible made visible. Speaking of healing, this movie is extremely empowering, extremely healing, because it reminds us about the power of our mind, our consciousness over our physical reality, our physical body, and the physical world. So for those who, again, are not familiar, you can go to superhumanfilm.com. We'll be talking a lot more about this in the next few weeks for sure. But it is opening July 14th. If you purchase it now, actually you get like those free bonus clips and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So again, today I don't have a presentation. Usually I have a little bit of a PowerPoint, but because I wanted to just get into the session right away, I am not going to show you anything. And so let's see if anybody would like to volunteer. This is the right time. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. So, all right. So whoever wants to volunteer, I think the best way is for you to communicate in the chat, and then we'll get you going with that as soon as possible. In the meantime, we talked about sadness, isolation, depression. So many people, again, are going through this, but it's also something that could be recurrent. So an underlying problem that you may have that is just kind of just being triggered right now by these current situations and circumstances. We're being forced to isolate. We're being forced to behave in a strange way, away from direct contact with individuals. So yeah, so sorry about the dings. I'm being told that somebody wants to chat, somebody wants to volunteer. So please go ahead and jump in, and I will have you be part of this conversation. It is so important also to volunteer and share, because so many people can relate to you. So many people, you can be helping so many other people as you are helping yourself. And the fact that you're sharing, just that is already very healing. And so that's the reason why I highly encourage you to speak up and come forward. And whatever topic it is, I feel today is going to be relevant, whether we're struggling with relationships, because a lot of people now are forced to be together in a strange way, in a new way. They're having to deal with relationships in a different way. And so that is an important topic. Also, physical health. A lot of people feel desperate as to the future, the fear of the future, the unknown. All of this is being triggered. So whatever you feel is appropriate, what we're going to do is the first person that volunteers and has a topic, that's going to be the topic. Okay. So here we go. Or do we have somebody? Let me check with Michael, who is also monitoring, by the way, the comments and your questions. So if you have any, you can type them in the chat. Otherwise, I will just wait for him to link me with someone else. All right. So in the meantime, do you have any quick questions about the previous sessions that we did? Again, about the root cause of depression, sadness, and loneliness. Of course, it could be a chemistry, or it could be, sometimes you think you're eating the proper food, but you'd be surprised how many types of food trigger a chemical reaction, a hormonal imbalance that gives you the feeling of being depressed, being sad. And so if you do this a lot, then of course it starts to be a recurrent problem, and then it's harder to get out of. Another very important thing, obviously, this is an obvious one, the collective. You think you're far away from, you watch TV, and those who are struggling or getting sick or whatever on television, you don't even know them. But believe it or not, we're all entangled. We're connected through the ethers, through the grids. And so it actually literally can affect you, and not in a superficial way. Like, of course, when you see something sad, somebody who's struggling with something, you feel sad. That's kind of still, it's emotional, but it's also intellectual. But what I'm talking about here is that it could trigger actual blocks, unconscious blocks that you had within you. And that's what I'm talking about. Now, this is a much deeper level of trigger. It's not just like you saw something, you felt sad for the person. It's a deeper trigger that is something that you should be looking at. So that is what I'm talking about. And another thing is also the attachments. We talked about this. This is hugely important topic. Highly, highly, highly recommend to go back to the previous clips and make sure you see the visuals of all these types of attachments that could be latching onto you without you even knowing. And so let's go ahead and get started. I think we have somebody. Yes. Somebody else is saying we're going to take Eliane. She's waiting for us. So these dings are a bit of an, I hope it's not interrupting anything. I don't know how to turn this off. Let me see if I can, because I keep turning it off and it keeps coming back. So whatever. So yeah, a lot of people also are feeling kind of total lack of motivation. Like, where is all this thing going? What's my future going to look like? And also a sense of exhaustion. I don't know if you've been feeling also exhausted physically. So all of these things that are being triggered by the current situation are very important, because like I said, on the surface, it's the collective is something that's happening right now, but it's probably triggering something a lot deeper that you need to address. Okay, so I'm here for that. Let's do this. Eliane, my dear Eliane, are you ready? Here we go. Hey, Eliane, how are you? Okay, we don't hear you. Let me see if I can unmute.
I just unmuted myself.
Okay, perfect. Hello. Welcome. Where are you calling from, honey?
I'm calling from Willemstad, Curaçao. It's in the Caribbean.
Wow, so cool. How did you find this webcast?
I found your work through my friend Marike in Amsterdam.
Fantastic. You see how it's all so connected. We have a lot of people from the Netherlands for some reason. It's like my second home, thousands of people. come from there, Europe, but also Asia, Australia. But for some reason, that is a huge hub. I think they're very connected, these people. So welcome, my dear friend. So if
Thank you.
if you've listened to the previous ones, then you know and you're familiar a little bit. So this is a mini session, okay? So we're gonna try to see what the problem is and how to go to the root cause and then shift it so people can be helped by from your experience. So please go ahead, start. And today is open topic, so it could be any problem that you have. Yay! So choose. I'm sure you have more than one, like everybody else. So choose the most important thing you're struggling with right now. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's more, it has to do with financial abundance and basically manifesting, money.
Oh my God.
In these crazy times of Corona and economic upheaval and things like that.
Absolutely.
And, going forwards because things are moving.
Yes. And this is such a huge topic. And for some reason, I feel that people who are more spiritual or on their spiritual path, for some reason, they seem to struggle with financial abundance more than others. There's a common denominator there that we're going to I can already see what's happening there. So you've listened to the previous classes or sessions, and you know that on the surface, logically, we know you're having the problem because of the corona, because of blah, blah, blah. We know that. But there's much deeper layers, which is the root cause of your individual problem. So let's go one by one. I want you, first of all, and for those who are listening, I'm sure you can relate to that on some level. So let's go ahead and just quiet down for a moment and just let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath in.
Okay, just stabilizing my camera here.
Yes, take your time.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, ready.
Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Every time you exhale, just relax. And just quiet your thoughts, quiet your mind, and relax the tension in your shoulders. Bring your focus to your heart, to your center. And again, breathe in through the nose, deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your focus to your heart center. Mm-hmm. And intend to flush out any tension in your body. Then we're going to assume that you've done the connecting to source meditation, which aligns you very beautifully and raises your vibration. So after you've done that, now you go to your heart and you ask for your heart to show you the real root cause of your fear of financial abundance. I said fear already, but the block about attracting abundance. So as you go to your heart, obviously, there may be some chemistry involved, but that's not the most important thing. I'm sure there are emotions, belief systems that are coming up. So as you ask your heart, what is the root cause of my financial block? What emotions? I don't want you to think about it. I just feel, as you ask this question, you're going to feel stuff. You're going to feel whether it makes sense or not. How does it feel when you say that?
I feel fear.
What else?
In my heart.
What else?
Some kind of, there's a lid on something. So that's not an emotion. It's like almost a frozenness.
Okay. So like stuck, like, okay. Limitation.
Like a stuckness, yes.
Okay, very good.
Like a, blockage, yes.
Very good. So as you zoom in, we talked about that last time, you have this fear. So you look at the fear again in your heart and you, like as if you were zooming in. It's fear of what? What else comes up? Fear of, don't think, just feel whatever comes out. It could be something very unrelated. Again, it's not so logical.
It's fear of death.
Interesting. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Death came up.
Yeah.
So are you surprised?
No.
Okay, tell me about the fear of death.
For some reason, it feels tied in with the collective as well. Like there is some kind of, they're gonna be out to get me. They're going to catch me. They're gonna see me, and then they're gonna catch me.
Who's they?
The
And
others.
and you guys,
Sorry.
okay. Well,
My
she picked
camera.
up her phone. We started talking about financial blocks, but now we're talking about fear of death and people out to get me. So you see how it's a specific block that Eliane has that is on a subconscious level, that is being triggered, that needs to be healed. Because as long as there's all these layers of subconscious blocks, she can never attract, she can never create what she wants. So let's keep going deeper with that. So all of a sudden now we're talking about the fear of death, fear they're going to see me and come and get me. Like, keep going with that. Like, what other feelings come up? Don't think, don't logic. Feelings.
I feel pain as well, some kind of pain, like they're inflicting pain on me.
Okay.
I don't know where that comes from, but.
And when you are surprised, that's when there is truth. Because we would have never thought we wouldn't be talking about fear of death when we're talking about money, you know? So that's when we know we're on the right track. So they're inflicting pain. So what's coming up there? Let's focus on the they. Okay. So yeah. So again, don't think, don't go to any memories, things you've read. Just stay in the feeling of your heart.
So could you repeat the question, please?
So the question is, who is inflicting this pain? Who is coming to get me, to kill me? Just feel, or sometimes you see images or just a belief or sensation, anything.
People who want to keep the system, the status quo, people who would like things to stay the same.
Okay.
That's how, like, I see 10 men or something, but it doesn't really make sense.
It's more symbolic of the system. So it's interesting because you're wanting to attract abundance, but yet you're seeing that the system or people from the system are out to get you. What's the connection there? Or can you feel the connection?
Right now, because my mind is just completely blank right now. So can I feel the connection?
I want your mind to be blank. It means that you're not logically thinking.
My mind cannot make sense.
Yes, whatever feeling comes up, just let it come out. That's how we go deeper into the subconscious. That's where the block is. It's not in the head. Go ahead.
So could you please repeat the question?
Yes. So what is the connection when you say, I have a financial block, I cannot create abundance? And then you said the root cause of this is the system, people from the system in administration or government, whatever, they're out to get me, to inflict pain and kill me even. You said fear of death. So what is the connection between the two? What comes up for you?
My solar plexus. I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, very good. I want you to zoom in on the solar plexus and tell me who's there. Whatever comes up, don't think, just feel.
like teeny tiny little bubbles.
Okay.
Yes.
What are they doing?
They're like, they're like kind of, they're like chaotically kind of
Yeah, very
bouncing
clear.
around.
Now, let me ask you this. Is this an attachment? An
Yes.
attachment as we saw previously.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So there's an attachment there right here in the solar plexus. I can see it. I want you to zoom in on this chaotic stuff that's happening. It's okay. We're here to hear it, right?
Yes.
So zoom in. How, I know you told me they're chaotic. They don't feel good. Keep zooming in. What else comes up? Or who else comes up? Who else? Whose energy is this? Because an attachment is another entity or another thought form that is not yours, that's latching onto you.
Whose energy is this? I just see a white man in front of me. That's all. I don't know him.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, focus on these particles. Focus on this. Tell me about your father.
I have two fathers. My biological one or my stepfather?
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you, one of them is really rich, and one of them is, struggling financially.
Interesting.
Like, not really struggling, but he's not really struggling, but he's like, it's been a challenge throughout of his life.
That is struggle. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Would you say it's a challenge throughout your life?
Yes.
Okay, so are we starting to see a bit of a connection here? Okay, so you have two fathers and you have two conflicting energies and experiences regarding finances, right? And so keep focusing a bit clearer now as you zoom in a little bit more on your solar plexus. So the solar plexus also, you guys, is symbolic for identity and belief system. Your beliefs, your relationships are in the heart, but in the it's like your who you really are, what you really believe in is usually like right here. And so when you have a block there, it's kind of like you can't really believe in yourself. There are other people that are contributing or influencing what you believe in. And guess who it is in your case? Your two dads. Okay. So in other words, your belief system, a part of you believes, oh, it's okay for me to be super rich and be fine. And the other part of you is, again, coming from your dad, is no, it's a struggle. So that conflict is one of the major root causes for you. Make sense?
Yes.
I really want to get to the people who are out to get you and inflicting pain. But let's actually tell me, is there anybody in trouble with the law, by the way, connecting to finances?
You mean in my case?
Yeah, that you know of.
No, not in my direct environment.
Okay.
Or maybe not that I know. Maybe not that I know.
Exactly. Yeah. So now that's your not your biological father, the other father who's super rich, right?
No, my biological father is super rich.
Super rich, yes. But he's not. So, but you were raised by
my stepfather.
The other one. Okay, perfect. So I want to, let's do one thing first. So we have identified that there is an attachment here that has to do with this conflicting belief system. Well, first of all, nobody should be there. So we're going to go ahead and release that attachment. Ready? Here we go. Everybody can do the same. It doesn't have to be your fathers or two fathers, but I guarantee you have some attachment somewhere that is blocking you from financial freedom. So here we go. I want you to focus on your solar plexus area. And let's go ahead and say, I ask and intend. You can say it in your mind. You can say it in your mind.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale. I ask and intend to release my father's frequency of lack, my father's frequency of not having enough financial freedom. I ask to release my father's frequency of not knowing how to attract financial freedom. I am releasing my father's frequency from every cell in my stomach, esophagus, excuse me, throat, again, throat. I'm clearing it too. It's a release from every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in. As you exhale, let go. Now there's the other father. I ask and intend to release my father's frequency of confusion regarding financial freedom. I ask to release the confusion regarding how to become rich. I ask to release my father's frequency, both my father's frequency from my stomach, my throat, my lungs, again, my throat, my spine, from every cell in my body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in. As you exhale, I want you to visualize all kinds of particles leaving your body, especially from here, from your lungs, especially in your throat. Very good. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Very good. And so now I want you to go back to your stomach and tell me how it feels.
It feels like a beautiful, crisp sky. It feels
Yay.
open. Yes.
Is there anything there?
No.
It's totally gone. Yeah.
It feels clear.
Now I still feel a little bit in your throat, but that's connected. That's the other layer. And now this has to do with corruption, I feel. I feel like there is a belief system. What's coming up for you?
I recognize it. It's just not it's not me, of course, but I recognize it in the field. I just recognize. You say corruption and I'm like, that makes sense. But I don't know it logically. I've never heard of that. But there is somehow I feel it. I recognize it.
Yeah, it's actually connected also to your father, but let's not go there. Let's focus on your throat and the feeling and belief that corruption is associated with financial abundance. So in other words, you have a belief system that everybody who's rich is corrupt. And do you relate to that?
Yes.
And then you want to be pure. It's like you're confused. How do I attract abundance without falling into that system of corruption?
Yes, like these manipulation tactics and things like that. Definitely.
Exactly. As long as you have this conflict within you that if I become rich, or as I become rich, as I attract financial abundance, I am buying into the system. I am becoming as corrupt as others. As long as you have this conflicting belief system, you cannot attract financial abundance. Okay? So focus on your throat. Everybody, I'm sure you all have that on some level. Focus on your throat. And sit quietly in your mind. I ask and intend to release my feeling of suffocating from the institutions that impose laws and limitations on us. I ask to release my tremendous fear that I'm buying into the system, that I'm becoming corrupt as they are, if or when I attract abundance. I am letting go of this fear and belief that if I attract abundance in this current system, I will be tamed and eventually I will be caught, prosecuted, and held responsible somehow. I am letting go of this fear and belief from every cell in my throat, my lungs, my trachea, again, my throat, again, my lungs, diaphragm, neck, skull, every inch, every particle, every cell of my physical body, my conscious, subconscious, and cellular memory. Breathe in. As you exhale, again, visualize a bunch of particles leaving your body, leaving your throat. Just stuff is coming out, whatever that may be. Tiny little things, clouds, particles. Very nice. I can breathe myself again. I was feeling your all right. It's still coming out in your neck. Still coming out. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Okay, still in the back of the neck. Okay. Now, we've taken out two major root causes. Now we want to bring in the new energy to replace them. So I want you to focus on the pink light. It's interesting, I'm wearing pink today because that just focus on this energy being a kind of like a warm, divine, it's like a motherly energy that holds you and gives you the safety and the protection to create abundance in a very aligned and pure way. You don't have to know how or where or what the system, you don't have to know any of this. All you are intending is to be abundant. That's all you're asking, but in an aligned and pure way. So that is the energy of this pink light. Focus on it, put it behind your back. It is pure source energy of abundance, and slowly bring it through your back, through your chest, through your throat, and up through your head, and out through your shoulders and arms, and down through your stomach, lower belly, thighs, knees, feet. Let it fill your entire body from head to toe and to the tip of your fingers. So you are filled with this warm, kind, graceful. There's a lot of grace in this energy, which is very important because you are attracting with grace. You are attracting with elegance, with beauty. So continue to visualize this light. And as it fills your entire body from head to toe to the tip of your fingers, set the intent very clearly. Focus on your chest and say, I now ask and intend to attract abundance and material freedom and comfort and ease in an effortless and most graceful and aligned way. I will maintain my balance, my connection to the source, as I attract more joy, fun, freedom, and success in my life. Breathe in through the nose as you exhale through the mouth. Again, continue to imagine these energies going deeper into your body, into your cells. And slowly take your time. When you're ready, open your eyes.
Whoa, what a journey.
Tell me what you're feeling right now in your body without thinking. Just feel what's in your body.
I feel a bit of a tingling sensation of I would say light energy. I feel this light energy, and there's a movement. I can feel energy move through my body.
That's exactly what we did. We took out stuff and we brought in stuff. So that's all good. What else?
It's bubbly, and it feels bubbly like champagne. I feel joy. I feel like bubbliness. I feel this excitement. I feel this curiosity as well. I feel like playing.
Exactly. So here's the thing. Where do I attract financial abundance or abundance from? From fear and confusion, or from joy, abundance, and playfulness? You see? So you have to shift, but you cannot 100% shift until you have taken out the blocks, because a part of you is saying, I want to be abundant, I want to be financially secure, whatever. And the other part of you is saying, at the same time, you're sending the same signals to the universe. At the same time, you're saying, I'm afraid people are coming, the money is corrupt, I'm going to be corrupt. So the two signals are coming out. So of course, nothing's going to happen because one is canceling the other. That's the reason why affirmations alone do not work. Because you can say all of that unless you figure out what your subconscious mind is also saying about the same topic, then the affirmation will not work. So what we did is we looked at those subconscious beliefs, we took them out, we put in something that is consistent and matching what you're saying, and now off you go. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Good. So now the idea is you've changed a belief system that you've had actually since you're a little girl, since you're, I want to say between 6 and 8. All of these beliefs started to happen. And so what happened at that time? I see something. So because of that, that's a long time. I don't know how old you are. It doesn't matter. But you're an adult. So that's many years of holding these subconscious beliefs. So we just took them out in 10 minutes. So now what needs to happen is you want to create the new momentum, the new energy, this pink light, this new intent that you set. You want to keep saying it and saying it and saying it and focus on it and sending it out in the universe to create a new momentum. Does that make sense? Because you only said it 10 minutes. It's great because this stuff is gone, but you want to give it that fuel.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
So that's what I want you to do. All of you, focus on, now that we've taken these things out, focus on where you are. Unless you experience joy, adventure, fun, don't keep going. Keep releasing whatever comes up for you. And once you're 100% clear and you are experiencing, like Eliane, those feelings, then you put it out in the universe. Okay? Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm complete.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, guys. So you know what to do.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So you know what to do. Of course, this was a crash course in how to identify subconscious, how to take out some subconscious beliefs. There's many techniques that I teach. The Omnium method is actually quite complex and sophisticated. It's not just through intent, but it's moving energy, 0 point, energy, all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested, go to carolinecory.com and you will see the Healers program methodology. And there's a ton of sessions on different topics, reprogramming your cells and things like that. So you can go and check that out. In the meantime, at least for what we've done today, hey, you guys, this was free. This is free of charge, speaking of finances. So please do this again and apply it to other topics or go deeper in the subject. This is a 20-minute session, but a normal session could go deeper. And every time you repeat it, you go deeper and deeper until you are complete. Okay? So, like I said, share this with your friends. Don't forget, subscribe. Costs you nothing, helps me out so we can keep going. So subscribe, leave comments, go find more sessions. I hope this was so important, so timely. Oh my God, especially with what's happening, the scarcity and the financial insecurities that are coming up for everyone right now. So this may be actually the beginning of the next series. Maybe why not? Eliane inspired us with that. So so tune in again next time. Subscribe, leave your comments. I'm sending you my love. Here we go, and see you next time. Thanks so much.